always said that greed is good. Is greed good? Is a craving for more, and more. Is it good? It seems to what make our society go around. The cravings, the need. And I'm no stranger to temptation. That sweet, sweet sensation. What up, everyone? You know who I am. I'm Jack Slater, the comic outlaw, at least in this reality. And man, I did a show a little while back, a couple years back, man. Talking about take it back. Take it back. Anyways, I did this show on the Leprechaun movies. And I talked about Warwick Davis, who, the man was a fucking genius. And how he took this independent B movie that starred some chick from a show called Friends, who didn't even really want to be in it. And they just ran with it. Made it all kinds of campy ass fun. Then they made a WWE bought the rights, made another movie, threw Hornswoggle in, and it just sucked a cock. That movie just didn't only sucked, it swallowed. And it almost swallowed the franchise. But you give people enough money, enough time, and someone else buys the rights, you're gonna get a little something different. And the good people at Lionsgate, man, Lionsgate makes some good shit right now. Decided to make The Leprechaun Returns, yes. And as you can tell, I picked this out of a bargain bin. I'm cheap like that. I will not pay full price. The law of acquisition clearly states that only fools play retail. Plus, I'd seen it before, but I want to show you guys, so poof. Let's get a good look at this, huh? Now, this doesn't have Warwick Davis. It has some other guy named Leon Porch, something like that. I'm not even gonna. But he does a decent job. Now they bring back a few. Well, only one of the original actors, Ozzy, the fat guy that swallows the coin in part one. Well, spoilers if you've never seen part one. Spoilers, I know people cry about that shit. I'd get you a tissue, but fuck it. Anyways, in this one, these college students have set up that cabin the Leprechaun's body was burnt in, because they kind of do a soft reboot, and instead of Leprechaun 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, all that happening, part 1 was the only shit that happened. Now, normally I don't like the idea of soft reboots. I think they're bullshit in a lot of ways, but the Leprechaun had done so much at this point. I mean, he was in Vegas, he was in the hood twice, he was in space. I mean, I kind of understand why they did it. I mean, fuck it, maybe his body just returned home. We don't fucking know. Anyways, these girls are building like this safety, like full-on lockdown environmental biodome thing, where they're getting all their water, they're pumping it in, they're cleaning it out, they're using solar panels for energy, you know, blah blah blah. They're trying to save the environment, and as their reward, they let loose a nasty ass leprechaun. Now, of course, the big fat man in this, Ozzy, he tries to help them out, but now keep in mind, Ozzy swallowed a coin a long time ago. That comes into play later. Now, these chicks, they find the leprechaun's gold. They pissed it away, buying different things. The solar panels, this and that, you know what I mean? They paid for their house with ill-gotten gains. And of course, you know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Fuck, I love that saying. It makes sense in such a fucked up way. Anyways, the Leprechaun appears, and he decides to get his coin from Ozzy. And he goes in and just basically like the alien, I'm going in, and boom. And the Leprechaun goes on a wonderful murder spree, just killing left and right. And this guy does a good job at being the Leprechaun. This Leprechaun's a little nastier than Warwick Davis. And I don't mean nasty in like a porno style. I mean nasty like this guy's just fucking mean. And that's kind of what made the movie for me. I kind of like he still had a good laugh here and there. He still had personality traits accustomed to the Leprechaun with shoe shining here, a little this and that. But this guy was all killing business. And I like that. I mean, like, they didn't go too far with it. They didn't go all the way one way or the other. So it was a nice mix. So as far as reboots go, this movie is actually pretty good. I would add it to the Leprechaun collection, and I can kind of understand why Warwick Davis didn't want to come back. I mean, he already given us several parts to the Leprechaun. He had a deal worked out with Disney, and God forbid nobody wants to piss off the mouse, since they're trying to take everything over. So, but actually, all in all, it was a good movie. Like I said, very bloody. Very, very bloody. And of course, if anyone knows the Leprechaun's weakness, that little 4-leaf clover also comes into play. Now, it is kind of sad they didn't bring anyone back, but they do have an interesting side story. Jennifer Aniston's character, her daughter is actually one of the students, and she comes back, and she heard tales about her mother telling her that this thing was a monster and it scared her, and she ended up becoming a recluse after this, and it ended up kind of driving her mad. So I guess she had a kid with that dude at the end of the movie. I'm kind of confused on that. They didn't really go into a whole lot of details about it, but she warned her about the Leprechaun and this and that, and it sounded like tall tales to the daughter, until she came face to face with the Leprechaun. Now, of course, Jennifer Aniston wasn't going to grace our presence with this role. Why would she lure herself to it? See, this is what pisses me off about some actors. They get their start in horror, and then all of a sudden when they become famous, they turn their nose up to horror, and they completely forget where the fuck they come from and what the fuck gave them their paycheck in the first place. And then they go to the Academy Awards, and they're sitting there going, I like to thank this person that gave me my start, and I like to thank this person that gave... Why doesn't Johnny Depp go up there when he wins an award and thanks fucking Freddy Cougar? Or Kevin Bacon be like, I like to thank Jason Voorhees and the good people at Friday the 13th. No, fuck no. So I'm gonna get off my soapbox now. This movie is really cool. It actually has a very decent pace set to it. Like a lot of the other Leprechaun movies. Like I said, the campiness is cut down, but man, the violence is worth it. And he does a decent job as the Leprechaun. They make him a little more disgusting. They make him a little more Freddy Cougar-ish. You know what I'm saying? Look at his face. You kind of tell what I'm talking about. The good people at Lionsgate decided to really blow this out of the water, and they did a good job in doing it. And they also left it open for another one. Hopefully there is. I mean, I would like to see another like mini Leprechaun franchise. I could see them squeezing out a part 2 or 3 in this movie because of the way things unfold. And I'm doing this in broad strokes because I want you guys to watch this movie because it's worth watching. If you like the Leprechaun, like the Leprechaun movies, and you thought they were funny or interesting, and some people don't like them. It's not their cup of tea. And to that I say, go fuck yourself. Because I've seen some of the crap that these assholes review, and they're like, oh, I love this, oh, I love that. And I think it's bullshit. So, whatever your taste is. Like my man John Lennon once said before he went back to his own dimension, whatever gets you through the night is alright. Alright. Maybe one day I might tell you that story. That's a tale from the multiverse for another time. And what happened to Elvis. But anyways, Leprechaun movie, The Leprechaun motherfucking Returns, came out a few years back from Lionsgate. Worth the watch. If you're a fan, you will not be disappointed. I guarantee it. And as always, you know who I am. I'm the main man, the man with the plan, the comic outlaw. You know, you don't fuck with the man that holds the power of death in his hand. Yeah. Man, I need to get out a little more. Yeah, people are virus free. They need a little doom in their lives. Yeah, so watch the movie. And remember, greed may be good, but too much of a good thing will fucking kill you. And as always, I'll catch you on the flip side.